Hey guys, John Seasock, driver of the Batman Monster Truck, two-time world racing champion. We're out here at World Finals 11 out here in Las Vegas. We're going to take a walk down the track here and try to show you a little bit what's going on in our mind and kind of give you a feel of behind the scenes, man, and a little bit what's going on in our heads, trying to get down this track, trying to be the fastest, trying to be a world champion again. We're at the starting line. You know, when you race NASCAR, you know you're going to go fast and turn left. You're going to drag race, you're going to go quarter mile down an asphalt track. Monster Jam, things change every pass, every round. Nothing's ever the same. Dirt conditions change. You might have one tire rub out a little bit more than the other, so things are a little get tricky, so you have to keep your head in the game all the time. Down here in the starting line, it's really important. We'll roll through the starting line, do what we call a dry hop. Like they do a smoky burnout in drag racing, we do a dry hop, gets all the loose dirt out of the way so we get all the traction we can. We get that out of the way, we'll back way back through the pit, through the starting line, and we'll start staging up. We have a tech official. They'll have us do an RI test. Safety is a top priority in Monster Jam, so we test the RI, remote ignition interrupter, before we ever run the truck. What that is, we'll stick our hands out the window, it shows we're not touching nothing. They'll shut us off by remote control. So if something would happen to me as a driver, if something would seem out of whack going down the track, something wrong with the truck, or there's a spec there someplace they shouldn't be, if anything's at all doesn't seem like it's 100%, they'll shut the truck off by remote control, and we ain't allowed to refire it until we get their permission. We get that out of the way, we'll look at the tech official, he'll be staging us. He'll check with the other tech official and make sure everything's good in the other lane. He'll look at us, we'll give him a thumbs up, and he'll point to the light. We have a red light, green light. Once he points, it's game on. Anything could go at any time. We'll take the RPMs up on the converter, get the truck all nice and ready. As soon as the light turns green, smash that throttle, hold on, and it's crack second gear. Hey guys, now we're down here in Thunder Alley. There's like 5 major key parts to this whole track out here in Las Vegas. Starting line, Thunder Alley, the straightaway, and that turn. You have to nail every one if you want to become the world champion. It looks pretty wide out here, but we're driving a 10,000 pound truck that's 12 feet wide. You come down here at 70 miles an hour, it gets pretty hairy. And as the night goes on, this changes too. When the wind's blowing, it dries the track out. One side might dry out a little bit more than the other. So it's a handful coming down here, but this is what you got to do if you want to be the world champion. Now we're down here in the straightaway. Your truck's all nice and tight. You make it past the starting line, make it through Thunder Alley, still in one piece. At this point, you're doing about 70 plus miles an hour. All you're focused on is that corner down there, trying to get through there. We walk the track a lot, and we try to get braking points where we need to start slowing down. You don't want to slow down too fast, the guy's going to get ahead of you. If you slow down too late, you're going to miss your corner. So I mean, it's a lot going on in a little bit of time. Again, like Thunder Alley, you know, it looks like this pretty wide here, wall to wall. Man, you do it 70 miles an hour, a truck is 12 feet wide, it looks like you're trying to thread a needle. Out here in Las Vegas, things change every time, every pass, every minute. The sun rises and sets. Things like you wouldn't normally think about affects this track out here so much. Just like the wind picks up. Depending how the wind blows, it's going to drive one lane out more than the other lane. Depending how the sun sets and the sun rises, that's going to affect how the lanes are also. Some drivers prefer turn right, some drivers prefer turn left. The 2 years I won the racing championships, I won every round in that left lane. I personally like the left lane. Last night in practice, man, the right lane was where it was at. You know, but tonight when we go to qualify, that could all change. You know, and once you get all that stuff out of the way, it don't much matter anyway. That's only numbers. When you come down here Saturday night, when you're going side by side with somebody, that's when it all happens. Being number one qualifier is cool. First one across the finish line is what matters. We just got done walking the track. Went past the starting line, life was good there. Down through the chicane, you're still in one piece. Get on that straightaway, man, your truck in 70 plus miles an hour. You come down, make a nice tight turn. Only thing you got to do is come through these 2 obstacles here, aim for that ramp, stand on that throttle, and hold on to the finish line. This is where it all happens. The race is won or lost out here in Las Vegas in these corners. You want to take it smooth, you want to take it tight, you want to take it straight. If you get to make all that happen 5 times in a row, next thing you know, you're out here in the middle of 50,000 people, standing on the roof of your truck, arms screaming in the air, you're the world champion.
That's a big thing, watching other drivers before you.
That's
you know,
true.
see how they tackle different things, and like I said, you kind of get ideas like, okay, that's possible or that's impossible.
And then if you can work off that, it adds to it.
Exactly.
That's the other thing. That's why I always like going afterwards. I like seeing what other people do and go, all right, now if they could have just done this,
right.
critique it a little. And
add a little to it.
Yep. And that's just it. You really got to plan a course out. I mean, I always try and walk around as much as you can, try and get your bearings on everything, and try and get at least some passes of where to go to.
But these concrete things, dude, they don't budge, and they throw the trucks whichever way you hit them. That's where it pops the truck. So you hit this, you know, kind of crazy, you could end up in trouble down there. And backside in this, it's so vertical that I don't know. They want us to possibly hit that. I think you can get so much air, you're probably going to land with your cage.
It's going to pop it high. Yeah,
on this concrete stuff, and when you hit bare cage on this concrete stuff, that's...
As long as they don't put an ice cream truck in there, I'll be happy.
Yeah. So it makes a good freestyle, right?
But
it's not choreographed or planned in your head. It's out there. It's in front of you. well, boy, this isn't smart, but I'm going to do it.
Right, I'm going to try it because it's either
Hey,
going to
y'all
be good
watch
or
it.
it's going to be really good and bad
Right.
at the same time. So,
Either way, you're going to be a hero, and the
Yeah.
fans are going to love it. They're going to be on their feet screaming and yelling. And
Highlight videos aren't made of a bunch of pre-planned, hits. It's the stuff that just spontaneous is like, oh,
got in
geez.
trouble with.
What do you
Yeah.
say
Have
inside
them
when you're
cool.
hitting?
Oh, God, I don't know. I think my eyes probably get huge. Like, oh, God.
I'm always
The
saying to
worst-
my crew chief, "Oh, sorry, Howie. Oh, sorry,
The
Howie.
worst is
I
when you're
didn't
up
mean
in
it."
the air and you're flying so high, and you've got time to think about it. You're like, oh, this is going to hurt. This is really going to hurt.
But you also think this is going to be cool.
Yeah.
In the back, I was like,
I
well,
hope
this
it's
is
gonna
going
be cool.
This is going to be cool.
that's
Whatever
what
happens.
gets scary though, is when you have too much time to think.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe I bit off a little more than I
Well,
could chew.
Yeah, a lot of times, most of the time, you've got so much going on inside the cab. Things are happening one thing after another.
Right.
You're just reacting and going off it.
Right.
But then there's that time where you get that moment to think, and it's like, wow, maybe I'm not doing this. Maybe this isn't
And when you're up,
the best thing to do.
you're pre-planning while you're up there, Now what?
Yeah, you're trying to.
You're
All right,
airborne.
how am I going to land this
Exactly.
and turn this and make it?
Let's say this thing survives this hit. Now what?
then what?
I always look across to see where the fans are in relation to you. And once you're above like the blue line here, you look over. It's like we're a ways up here, dude. And look at the clock down there. You can feel yourself starting to come up eye level with the clock. You're a ways up there.
Yeah, if
So
you can't see the safety holes, and they're probably 25 feet, 20 feet up, then you know you're high.
I don't know. I think that obstacle coming from this direction, shooting toward the alleys. That's one of the safer hits. I think. It's
It usually is. It depends on how the
Right.
trailer folds down.
it could trip you if you don't hit it hard enough.
Yeah.
It could trip you and nosedive you pretty hard. But coming from the backside of it, God, if it breaks in nice, it'll be all right. But right now it's just a straight up fall, and then you can fall down. And you either roll over backwards or you get another chance.
Because you never know how it's going to fold, how it's going to react to you, So it's almost better to have somebody already go over it. That way it kind of gets a form to it. It's a little more stable.
Then, once people start hitting, then it turns into a good jump and a new jump, right?
Yeah.
As the track goes through, the tracks, all the stuff's going to kind of remain the same, but stuff like that, it's going to kind of wear in, and then we can start hitting it with different speeds and different angles and use it like the people before us couldn't use it. So it'll come in handy. It's you can 45 it too, coming into the middle. So it's got some good options to it for sure. Waiting in Thunder Alley, for me, is probably the most nervous part of the whole show because you can see the people who go before you. And like I said, when you see them do something cool, it's like, God, how do I top that? It's even worse when the truck before you rolls bad or rolls onto something. It takes them a while to get them off. You have more time in your truck to sit and think, and you sit your belts down tighter. And you make sure by the time you're done, you're so darn tight in there. It's like, God, let me out there. I want to get this.
I think it's the best seat in the house, though. You're sitting there, you're waiting to go. You can actually see what's going on the floor. You can see if they add different things, or they're dragging out things past you or whatever. I think it's one of the best seats in the house.